With just about 499 persons vying for local government offices, there's much to be thought about, much to be spoken of. And for that part of the conversation, we have political analyst, Dr. Paul Ashley. Welcome to the conversation. I'm Kwame Thomas. How are you, Sir Ashley?
Surviving like most Jamaicans.
Surviving? Why would you say that, though?
The statistics show a different thing from the supermarket.
So
the statistics show inflation going down, growth rising, unemployment low, etc. But when people go to the supermarket, prices still keep on rising. Everything gone up.
Everything?
Not going down. And in fact, it goes up, might be weekly.
So I like the way that you started by stating that, though. But the most recent polls that we have had is showing, in fact, that cost of living is getting better. Inflation is the lowest it has been in a number of years, especially since COVID. Coming out of COVID, we were at 12 point something %, and now we're down to 4. But yet still you're saying something.
It depends how you measure it.
What do you mean?
Most Jamaicans go to the supermarket or go markets. Most Jamaicans are not aware of the statistics. In fact, telling me that inflation is down. When I go to the supermarket, I don't see any prices going down. I don't know which Jamaicans have prices going down. Maybe it's not going as fast up as it usually, but it certainly has gone up. Everything now, you see what has happened, is that with the US rate at, say, 157, everybody is doing that comparison. And that affects everything. People now are charging the equivalent of the US in Jamaican dollars. That is what's happening because they're talking about replacement costs. If you buy something today and you sell it, you have to put it at a price that you can buy it and it lasts the next month or the month after. So you have to kind of speculate where the dollar is going in relation to the US dollar and then make sure you don't have any losses.
So you're talking about the whole speculation now, and we're moving into, well, right now we're in the middle of political season, local government elections, and the polls are saying a whole heap of things now. Do you think that with the recent statements by or the current party in power, the Jamaica Labour Party, saying that they're campaigning on achievements, in light of what you have just said, do you think that it makes sense for them to campaign on achievements in that way? Well,
if you're in government, what else you're going to campaign on? You have to campaign on achievements, work in progress, and promises. Work is in the pipeline. Pipeline is a hell of a long pipeline. You might not see anything coming out of it. But you have to go on achievements. You have nothing else.
But I think I'm almost sure I could quote you as saying in one of your previous articles that if this is what they're campaigning on, that's not sufficient to rouse the
It is not sufficient, but it's necessary.
It's necessary.
It's necessary. You have to say what you have done, and you will continue to do it. And people have to see what you have done. You have to say, this is what we have done, right? And we'll continue to do this and get better at doing it. You see, this is the problem. Government has to achieve certain things. And the main things government have to do is attempt to better the lives of the population. That's the bottom line. People want a better standard of living. People want to improve. People want social mobility. People want to be able to afford more things and enjoy life. People not really concerned with government unless it is helping you to live a better life. If it's not helping you to live a better life, what's in it?
So irrespective of the polls, do you think that the government, especially this particular government, has been doing a good job at ensuring that our lives are getting better?
Well, they're making a serious attempt. They will fall short, Put it this way. Some of the problems that Jamaica have, in fact most, are long in coming, I mean, it's not recent problems. Take, for instance, the infrastructure. Some of these pipes are from what Jamaicans would call whoppy kill fill up. It can't cope with the developments. Time come, you have to even change them. Some might have even asbestos pipes. You have to change them. They can't cope with the developments. Some of them going burst. You know how much it is to change out all the pipes that need changing? You know how much is it to put in sewage systems to deal with the new housing schemes? That's a serious thing. Wait, you know how much it would take to have really pothole-free roads in Jamaica, roads that can last a long time.
Tell us, you're a driver.
All you can do with the finances you have is patch. That's all you can do. Because, hear me, good roads are not cheap. Good roads last 50 years, right? But you have to have the capital outlay to build good roads. We don't have it. The road network in Jamaica, it would be serious finances to fix every parochial road or even every main town in serious roads. You can patch it up. You can have temporary carpet, as I used to call it. You can have temporary ones. The carpet going wear out, you know.
So recently, the Prime Minister made an announcement about the Spark program.
Yeah.
And I'm almost sure that I could quote you as saying that, you know, it's something that you have to wait and see, you know, because it's yet to be activated. And then, so I think you actually went as far as to say, well, you will see whether or not the Spark or the Spark Park.
I agree, because guess what happened? MPs are allocated $150 million to fix parochial roads.
Yes.
Hey, $150 million might seem money to the ordinary people. When you're talking about road works, how many roads you think you can fix properly for $150 million? It's not only road you're going to fix, you know. You have to fix sidewalk, you have to fix culvert, you have to fix sewage. Oi, $150 million mean patching some, not even most, some. Not only that, what is very important, local government is supposed to have the remit of parochial roads. Local government don't have no money to deal with roads.
What
the
do they
best
have
will
money
in the
for?
world, they don't have the revenue. Local government, we have many local governments. Check how much they have now. Check how much revenue they have. They depend on the Ministry of Local Government for funding. If a market wants to repaired, local government can't do it. It's the Minister of Local Government say, look here, say X million here to repair the market. So it's really central government doing the work because the municipal corporations just don't have the funds. The KCAC or KCMC or whatever they call it.
KCMC.
Can't fix the switch downtown. They can't fix it. Where they would get the money to fix that?
So then that begs the question then, how do we proceed? What do we do differently?
What do we do differently?
Yeah.
Well, you have to generate revenue, you know, one way or the other. You have to generate, is either going to borrow the money or you're going to generate local revenue. In any case, you have to pay back the money you borrow. So we have to decide. We have to have priorities. You can't fix every road that needs fixing in, 5 years or 4 years? You can't do that. Yeah. It's not yesterday the road need fixing, you know. The road need fixing from all before independence. Some old people will tell you. Some people older than me will tell you that this road never fixed in a village from them born.
So then, is it credit to the government that some of these expectations ought to be tempered? Then
it has to be tempered. It has to be tempered. No government. I mean, one minister of the previous administration said Jamaica will be pothole from 2003. Jamaica will be pothole free. That. I don't know what that is. That just sounds good. Jamaica, in my view, Jamaica will never be pothole free in the rest of my lifetime.
All right, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Former government Senator Maxine Henry Wilson has stated that the People's National Party they are currently campaigning on promises that they are not capable of keeping. All right, would you side with her in that statement?
Look here, I am not aware of the agenda of the PNP. I have not heard of the PNP having any concrete plans to date. I've heard the PNP saying things like they will do it better, right? I don't know what that means. I don't know. I don't see any concrete plans for even roadworks.
Can you say better for the Jamaica Labour Party, though?
Look here, the Jamaica Labour Party is doing some things. I don't think they're going to change. They have to turn on more water. They have to improve the basic conditions on which people live. They're patching the roads, but some of the roads now, you know, with the recent weather conditions, some of the roads now is not patching they're going to need. In fact, some of the roads look like they're going to have to be abandoned and you build a new road. Some of the roads need seawall. Some of the roads in the countryside need retaining walls. Do you know how much money that is? How much money that is? What is happening, you know, is that we have not maintained our systems. The system have to crash. It's like going to the dentist. How many people go to the dentist every year to have annual checkups? Is when your teeth start hurt you reach dentist.
So therefore, then we can argue, you know, that the problem that you are citing with the government is one of maintenance, where poor foresight, they have not looked far enough ahead to plan and ensure that they are monitoring these things.
Hear me. You can plan all you want, you know.
But they're not monitoring.
You can monitor all you want. If you don't have the money, one prime minister says it takes cash to care.
Yes.
Right. It takes a lot of cash to repair. Lot of cash to repair. Right? In fact, I'm going to tell you what is happening. Look at, say, motor cars now. If you meet a car accident, nobody not beating out car again, you know. They just take off and put on a new part.
Yeah.
Right? That is what is happening. Nobody is repairing. They're replacing. That is serious money, you know.
But then we ought to understand that if we don't have access to that luxury, then we should do what we can. We do what works for us. And if maintenance, monitoring, and evaluating is what works for us, then we should do that.
Well, put it this way. I must tell you, even the maintenance, maybe it's too much political ingredient in the people who are doing the maintenance. Some people who patch in road don't even know how roads stay. Right? you don't know. They get the contract, you know. They get the contract. Right? But whole heap of people getting contract that never do anything, don't have no experience in whatever they're doing. People all have built house now that never built house before.
That means we need to question the systems that are in place to ensure that these things happen, because at the end of the day, if we are not doing it properly...
That is what politics is. People don't invest in political parties for them to help people, you know, welfare. People invest in political parties. Like any investment, them expect a return. So the man who give a political party X million, you think him just going to make him money go 2 years? He expect to get a contract that make him make 3x or 4x, right? The man who voting because he believes that you have either taken some interest in his welfare or you will do so, right? Everything now they call it transactional.
Transactional.
Yeah. It's not that belief or caring. It's transactional. It costs cash to care and more cash to repair.
All right, that's an interesting point, but I'll hold you to continue with that. We go to our first break. You're watching The Conversation. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Conversation, where we speak with political analyst, Dr. Paul Ashley. So just before the break, Doctor, we started, well, we're leaning towards the direction of whether or not persons are more likely now to vote on issues as opposed to just how they feel. What are your views on that?
People vote with mainly on emotions. People don't vote on the issues.
So that means it's the best marketer that wins?
Yes. It's marketing, it's lyrics, marketing, and who look after you? You appreciate what they have done for you, so you show your gratitude. It's not that issues. You hear any debate, anybody talking about issues when you have a debate among even their supporters. You ever hear anybody talk about issues? I don't know which issues anybody talking about. You might talk about corruption, but then what you said, which side is most corrupt? Because corruption is on both sides. Don't feel anyway. Every issue you have, there is pros and cons on both sides. People vote on emotions. People vote with friendships. People vote with alliances. People vote on who contribute to their welfare, who look after them.
So in light of all that you have stated, though, I'm looking specifically at the local government elections and whether or not you have listed a litany of things where they have to depend on central government. Do you think that local government election is necessary, is still a necessary thing, or something that should be done away with?
All right, I have the view that there are too many layers of local government without any revenue or the ability to do anything much.
So we just need to call it?
I think there should only be three three entities: Cornwall, Middlesex, and Surrey. Why I say three entities? The three entities are big enough to hire the people that they want to hire, right, to do the quality work that is necessary to be done. If you're talking about roads, local government don't generate the money, each parish, to fix their own roads, you know. So they depend on central government to allocate resources to them. And I'm saying, can you imagine that the Minister of Local Government is fixing the markets that local government, the municipalities, should fix? He's fixing, no, he's going around and spending money. The Minister of Works, or whoever is in charge of works and infrastructure, going around and telling people that this road will be fixed and this bridge will be repaired. When is the remit of local government? But local government can't do it and hasn't done it for years and will never do it in the future. So
let's take a few steps back then, because something that you just said stuck out. So you just split the country administratively in three counties.
Yes,
so you're saying that we should replace local government with, well, make it county-wide as opposed to municipal municipal
because
corporation.
all we're doing is like have small farms all over the place. It's like a backyard farming. Everybody doing a little thing. Backyard farming can't help with other than broad breakfast.
One of the arguments that might exist would be the fact that it's easier to manage because it's smaller, but you're suggesting something a little bigger.
No, I'm not talking about managing. If you don't have money, management don't make no sense. You know, you have to have the money first to put on what it is to manage. We can't just have pure managers, and managers can't do anything but manage. What you're managing?
But, well, you tell me.
No, well, I'm saying to you that when you have the three counties, we can talk about substantial repairs. We can have economies of scale. We can have serious people getting the contracts to put in the road. And then we want a warranty on the road that if the road have potholes in the next 3 years, you fix it free, right? Or you put up a bond that will deal with the repairs of the road. Anything you get, we look on it and people can say, well, look here, maybe the best contractor don't come from my parish to fix the roads. I don't have to give my parish contractor the work. It's the best man who can fix the roads that will last must get the work.
The best man within this particular county?
No, not even that. The best man that can deal with it in the whole of Jamaica. In other words, right now we have the Chinese building the roads. The Chinese have no vote.
Well, there's a contract.
Yeah, but I'm saying it depends on this technical expertise, the quality of work. It don't depend on which parish you come from. Because that is now where the politics come in. That is where your politics come in, and your politics not matching up with your competence, right, or your credibility. It's just matching up with politics. So I'm saying let us get now to competence. If he's qualified, it don't matter which parish he come from. It don't matter which party he come from. If he's qualified and have the best equipment and everything and will do the work. When Usain Bolt running, you think we care about Usain Bolt is representing Jamaica. Usain Bolt run fast. Is it like every Usain Bolt can only is the best man in his parish? The man is the best in Jamaica. So we have to deal with good quality. Don't care where it comes from. Don't care which parish or which political party.
So you're saying that the government, would you say that the government lacks vision because they have not thought of a solution like that or similar?
No, the government don't lack vision.
You know, what would you say?
Hear me. A political party is there to win power, you know. That's why you're seeking power. The issue is what you're seeking the power to do. And you do what you do, and the people have a time to give an opinion, either in a referendum election or whatever, central or local government election. Look here, I would say that if you never put the party symbol on the ballot in the local government election, most people wouldn't know who they're voting for. Most people don't know the name of the councillors. In fact, I would tell you a good amount of people never see them councillor yet.
Why would you say that?
Because that's a reality. Ask them. You do a poll. Tell me how many people can tell you the name of the councillor. Then when they tell you, say them voting JLP, whoever the JLP put them voting for him.
So it's not like you're throwing stones, because in an earlier news report, there was someone who called the Prime Minister Mr. Holiness.
No, that's his nickname.
That's just the nickname?
Yeah, that's his nickname.
Oh, so it's not that he doesn't know.
No, Holiness is his nickname.
Okay.
No, Holiness is his nickname. In fact, that is good. And the wife initials is JAH. Ja. No, you use everything you use. Boss, you use a little. No, man, he knows what to talk. It's holiness. No, holiness. And then they call him bro God. Right? The other party don't call him holiness and bro God.
Oh.
No, that's a nickname that is known all through. That they never know. But no, you never watched the report. The report was that the man never know who his counselor was. And when they point out that he had a shirt with the counselor name, he said that it was the shirt I was wearing yesterday.
Well, I mean, he's just interested in his party, not necessarily his counselor.
No,
couldn't you argue that?
He's interested in his welfare. Him get 2 shirts, right? And if you think the shirt just comes so you're saying that strictly transactional is not a case whereby he's an ardent JLP and just getting too... What it means, the ardent what? You think when you're ardent and not get nothing for ardent over, you're still ardent? You think you're still ardent? You think it's religion? It might be tribal, it might be politics. But look here, everything now comes transactional. On what have you done for me lately? What are you doing for me now? And what you're going to do for me and my people in the future? That is what boils down to. And if you don't do it, right, we're going to find somebody else who will do it. Right? Oh, how you explain people switching? Like we hear news, people just switch. It don't matter.
So with the recently concluded blue dot polls that have been good, are you saying that there's a likelihood that the voters are going to overlook that because they're not so keen on what the results are from that? They're more interested in what you have been stating, what can be done for me and
what have you done for me lately? What are you doing for me now? And what will you do for me?
So excuse the polls.
No, well, the polls take what people tell them, and it's no use to do a polls and then the polls will conclude that politics has played this way into the polls. If you take a poll around elections, what do you think is happening? It's politics, right? So you will find the majority of anything that the PMP supports, the Labour rights don't support it. And the majority of what the Labour rights say, the PMP don't support it. That is no magic.
Well, one of the results that we saw as well, that crime continues to be one of the highest things on the agenda. Crime, corruption, infrastructure, development, and employment. These are some of the long-standing issues that we have had to deal with. So you're saying that we don't vote on issues. Jamaicans don't vote on issues. It doesn't appear that way.
Crime affects everybody. Right? From ever since. Crime is a problem. Right? Regardless of what the statistics says, the perception, you don't feel safe walking the streets of Jamaica or Kingston or anywhere. People don't feel safe having them cow tie out at night. Right? And there are good reasons for it. It's not just a fear. There are reasons for it. Someone with teeth like we don't know what it is. Right? There is no argument. Every city has crime. It's how you control it and what you're doing to manage it, etc. So that is it. Unemployment, don't worry about the figures because now apparently if you're not looking at work, you're not unemployed,
Well,
so that statistics is dominating.
But that's how the statistics have always been done. So
no, not always.
We need to change.
They change the way they measure unemployment over years now. And if you get work for
6 months,
a certain amount of time, you're employed. But look here, there is the poor unemployed. There's the poor employed, A whole lot of people working to just, in fact, I don't know how they survive.
No, but that's a different question altogether. That's a different matter.
But they're employed.
They're employed.
Yeah, but hear me. It's no use you're employed and life rough. You have to borrow money left, right, and center. You have to have big food. You're employed.
That speaks to something else. That speaks to standards of living as opposed to employment.
No, but what is the importance of you telling me that unemployment is the lowest it has ever been when those who are employed
are not meaningfully employed?
No, not meaningful. The pay not depend on.
So you're saying then that's not a promise, that's not a statement or an achievement that they need to talk about?
Nobody not hear me. You're getting no applause for saying unemployment has been the lowest it has ever been. The man said, but I have problems to buy food today.
What are some of the good things that they could get applauded on?
Hear me.
Seems like you're searching hard to find.
Searching hard. Look here. Political tribalism has been reduced. by both political parties in terms of the hectic, where we're coming from.
Has it been reduced or is it taking on new forms now?
No, yeah, but it's not as violent as it used to be. I mean, gunshot now pop like what it used to pop.
Okay.
Right, if you come very seriously. We still have the little foolishness going, which adds to the excitement of it, because people really not serious, no. In fact, many people might tell you, say it's none of them business. They're not really, their votes is private and their own business, right? But you have the ardent supporters. And yet nowadays, like as it always been, you can't rent a crowd. There's no argument about it. You need to provide. You see how many shirts are around, how many orange shirts? You think it's the people and pay for it? It's a shirt. Man have all 2 shirts, 3 shirts. You get free shirt. You see flags. You think anybody buy flags?
Yes, get a flag.
You get a
shirt.
flag and you get 2 flags. Voswell or whatever the something in the name. It's people buy it and give you. You think it's you take your money buy it? And if you walk out of the day and you want me walk with you, you have to provide refreshments and you have to give me something to carry home too. Right? You have to pay for it, You pay for supporters, This thing about ardent supporters. It's hard to be a supporter, Right? The whole day. Can you imagine me now the whole day go around? I follow behind politician and I have to go home hungry and my children at home say, what you carry? So I have to get some food, I have to get some money too.
So you made a statement in another newspaper sometime in the year past, and you stated that local government posts or offices aren't as attractive as they could have been because councils are getting roughly 1.5, 1.6 million. That has been increased now to roughly 5 million.
That's a ball game. That changed. Now hear me. First time councillor broke. Councillor have to borrow money. Councillor, you check a councillor. In fact, you check a politician, even the MP. Every MP broke. You check them now, no money. In fact, no money in pocket, can't have no money, etc. They get money at election time.
So that means the increase given to the politicians is a good thing?
No. Yeah, it's a good thing, of course.
Okay.
It's a good thing. Now it becomes a job,
Yeah.
Now it might attract qualified people. Who are since it attract better qualified people because hear me at 1 million at one.
Dr. Ashley, you're siding with the Prime Minister now, aren't you?
I don't care who I'm siding with. It might be him siding with me. Right?
Okay.
I have my views on go. No, it's not that. I've always said that. Hear me, 1.8 million. A man supposed to be an MP for 1.8 billion, and him supposed to contribute to everybody's funeral. Some people are, them grandmother dead all through time if you check them right, Right? All right. You're supposed to contribute to them school fee. Don't care if they pick them bright, don't or even now go school. Yeah. You're supposed to contribute to the uniform like say you're picking them, right? You're supposed to contribute to if you want a vacation. You're supposed to contribute to everything. Where you to get the money from, boss? From the 1.8 billion. And your wife and picnic looking after. Where you to get the money to do all of that?
You'll tell us that after the break. We'll go to our next break on the conversation, riveting discussion with Dr. Paul Ashley, political analyst. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the conversation where we have a riveting discussion with Dr. Paul Ashley, political analyst. Just before the break, I remember asking you a question that I don't think that you have answered. What is it that you can find good about this government?
Let me tell you what is good, what I think is good. Mm-hmm. They have encouraged more tourists to come here.
All right.
Right?
More remittances.
Wait, not that way that. A lot of Jamaicans have migrated. And those who have migrated generally have a better life than they had out here. Jamaicans are living off of remittances and what the diaspora has done for them. Even at holiday times, the diaspora come in and them lend us some money. It is easier to work $1 than 157 Jamaican. Right? $10 in America ain't none. Mm-hmm. Right? 10 American dollars out here, man, we feel all right if you give a $10 or even $100. Right? When they come, the Jamaicans, the diaspora, have romanticized Jamaicans and Jamaica. When they come here, they want to eat Jamaican food, look after them, they want to go dance hall, they want to get some of the culture, they want to look up them friends. They come from funeral too. But when they come from funeral, they better carry things, you know. And if you don't carry things, you better carry money, right? What happened is that everybody, as I said, politics has gone transactional and relationships have gone transactional. When you phone anybody abroad, I know the cost of a phone call to next door is the same cost as to phone somebody abroad. So Jamaicans now have cell phone like peas. In fact, some of them have two, right, including myself.
Okay.
So some of them have the cell phone and them phoning them friend abroad. Anyhow you're abroad and get a phone call from a man, you know what is the argument? You better send something, come here. You know, I need something, send a $10 or even top up my phone so I can phone you and beg more money again.
So,
when we come for our funeral, you know, when we come for our funeral, you know, many people don't go with the same clothes them come with, you know, all it gone. One way or the other. I them give it to our people take it away, right? And they might give them some little food, a can saltfish or fried fish or rice and peas.
So you're crediting
Kentucky chicken and go home with. But they don't carry home the same clothes. All the track shoes gone, everything gone.
So you're crediting that to this government?
Well, the government allowed them to come in. The government probably, when them come to customs, say, well, look here, we understand that we're not carrying things for the Jamaicans who really need it. Right, you might even carry school supplies for your children, them, etc. And the government kind of have eased the import restrictions and have eased the custom things for people who are trying to help the people in Jamaica, right? And they have, well, you see it mushroom all the place. The government has facilitated the growth of people that deal with remittances and everything now. You can have it pan card, come to your card immediately when you go, you know, your phone people abroad. So, but we live in on the work of our relatives abroad and our friends abroad. Everybody want to know your number, and with WhatsApp and all the new thing now, you can talk to people abroad. So they have made that way. They have made people can buy cell phone. Everybody, even man who beg you on the road have cell phone.
So what about the Prime Minister's baby now, the social housing program or the social housing project?
Look here. Housing is a tricky thing, you know. Remember that when you deal with housing, you know, you have to deal with infrastructure.
Yes.
Right? So if you don't have the right infrastructure, you can't just put people a house and their house a washway, or their house on no sewage, or them have no electricity. You have a whole lot of infrastructure that go with housing. And you can't build house. And you have to think now, yes, people have housing, but maybe the people then don't have no car. So you have to deal with transportation. So you have to deal with robot, PPV, or bus transportation.
Yes.
So you need transportation. So you house the people in probably farmer cane lands or whatever you house them. But the people have to get to work. The work is not around where they live.
So that's not something that they can be credited with then?
Yeah, they build house. People need house, you know. People need house. In fact, some people, it's a shame. Some people, generations, carry water upon them head. Jamaica is a land of wood and water, and look how much water flood come and wash away, etc. Yet still some of the people them don't have no water, no pipe water. Water is important. Water is important. Not only you get house, you need water. You know, you have source of house and pay for water, pay a whole heap of money. You need proper sewage, you need the infrastructure. You need things to support it. Because after time, you have to work to maintain the house. So
are you saying that the government then, with all those things that are happening, they're happening ad hoc and they're not doing, there's not one cohesive...
It can't be a cohesive. The government can't be cohesive.
Why not? Why not?
That takes amount of planning that we don't have the capacity to do.
It's beyond the capacity of the government to do... Why would you say that,
what the government is doing, it is helping out a situation. It is helping out the housing situation. It is helping out the road situation. It is helping out the sewage situation. It is helping out the transport situation. It can't fix all of them problems. It cannot fix all of them.
So with the fact that the government is incapable of fixing all of these things...
No government of Jamaica.
No government of Jamaica is capable
of fixing all the problems one time.
So what are they going to the polls on then?
Oh, you're going to the polls. They're going to the polls. What the government wants to do, you know, is say, look here, we have been doing things, so you must now express your appreciation for what we have been doing. We can never fix all, the government can never fix all the roads that need fixing.
But I'm sure that the People's National Party will be in disagreement with you.
Did they fix all the roads when they were in for the 18 years? How come hey, look here, man. Some roads stay longer than when the PNP was in office, you know. Some roads will go back all to independence and never fix. This water problem, when Michael came in, Michael said mini dams and all like that, try to help the situation. Well, the mini dam, some of the mini dam, them crash. That not coming. When Michael came in, he said, eat what you grow, grow what you eat. Same thing coming back now. People say, must plant and eat what you grow and grow what you eat. Here it come back now. What this government has done, especially, let's give them some praises then if you want the praises. The internet, the Wi-Fi, the penetration of the Wi-Fi and the internet.
Far more democratized than it was before.
We're not talking about available. You're not democratized because all corruption democratized.
Okay,
right?
all right.
So you have to watch corruption. It is available. People know it has unleashed the entrepreneurial spirit of Jamaicans. People going on the internet and learning how to cook food. So people going on the internet now.
Is not the role of the government though to enable growth?
Of course, then I'm giving them praises for what they have done. I said the expansion of the Wi-Fi, you know, and the internet and the cell phone have liberated Jamaicans, have made more Jamaicans there. People can study at home, everything. People can even work from home, right? That's a plus, right? But hear me, we need electricity to do it, you know. The cost of electricity is, you have to watch it. We're supposed to deal with solar, but we need to reduce the cost of energy because all these things require energy, right? You can't work from home and then you have power cut and whatever you're doing, hold up for a long time. What the government needs to do, because they are every Jamaican now is not a star, but an entrepreneur, one way or the other, either a scammer or whatever, entrepreneur, legal or illegal or quasi-legal.
Yeah.
But them trying to make ends meet. They're trying to educate themselves online. Some of them get scholarships to go abroad. Some of them doing online study. And some are trying to get employment here. The PPO is a good thing, right? The PPO is a good thing.
Is it though, in light of what you have said earlier about not being able to make ends meet?
No, it's not that, you know. Guess what happened? It's a progress. So you start with no job.
I'm listening to you crediting the government.
But hear me. You start with no job. You get a work.
Yeah.
Right? You get a work, you increase your expectations.
Yes.
Your mother want more money from you because you're working now in a better job. You want a better suit. You want a better tie. You want a little transport. Right? You want transport.
Not that you're throwing words though, but go on.
Okay. You want a better life. Right? So we want the government to make it easier for me to get a better life. The Wi-Fi is good. The road system, there are improvements. And with improvements come costs. They're going to be costs, right? I don't like the idea the gas price go up and down every Wednesday. Every week. No, man. Yeah, it could have gone up and down once a month and you average it out, right? But you consider whether to go gas station on Wednesday or wait till you hear the announcement, you had a race car to fill up or you don't bother go. No, that put pressure on your waste gas. It can be once a month. Okay. Right? You can't do that. Not every Wednesday. The whole money be upon edge every Wednesday. And then you hear, the gas prices have increased by 25 cents. 25 cents can't buy one drop of gas, you know. One drop, literally, of gas. So it increased by 25 cents. You know, it makes no sense. Come and make it once a month. You know. But hear me. BPO, nice. You get to work, you start. And I'd say, it's a low-paying job, you know. Low-paying job, but you start at least, you get something now.
Yes.
I mean, 3-4 years in a house in a BPO, you can now probably buy an NHT house. You can get a little 2-bedroom and you put an extension point and you rent out part of it. You can probably buy a lunch, etc. And then you probably have a little motor car, 3-4 you put up and buy a motor car and then you run robot at night time or whatever. Right? People trying going. Then you might try to get a better job. The BPO is not the end of the road, you know. We're trying to improve as we go on. You have to pass first form and reach second form and third form and fifth form before you reach university, you know. Everybody can't just go to university. So, but some will go to fifth form and stop.
So the government is doing actually a good job then?
Hear me. The government is trying to do a good job, you know.
Okay.
In doing the good job, I must say that sometimes it's not transparent enough. Sometimes it's too many political tribalists get the contract. Corruption around. And corruption factor into everything.
Well, I think you have said earlier that we have socialized corruption.
Corruption is in everything. Corruption is in every contract.
So is it that that's no longer an issue that we need to have sorted out?
No, man, it's an issue because if the corruption never so high, corruption get blatant, no, you know, it's blatant nowadays, you know. And when we come up young, you know, you had one government minister, they used to call him Mr. 10%. It's 10% he want. 10% lick it again, you know. I mean, you talk about millions. Men will tell you who get serious contract. They have to borrow money to pay the bribe. And it's not only ministers involved in corruption, you know. Civil servants, nearly everybody is, as I said, corruption is everywhere. It depends on the level of that you want to deal with. But corruption is everywhere, and it is blatant. And whole heap of, in fact, blatant that sometimes you can drive around and see where the corruption is. But never mind.
Wow.
You know. And corruption, and put it this way, sometimes people say they are operating in the grey economy.
The grey economy?
Yes, it's not the formal economy, it's the grey economy. So you can do a little tax avoidance, you can get a blight, right? You can get a discount, you can do a little rumblings and things. Some big businessmen don't pay no income tax, you know.
But I think you have also stated that as far as you're concerned, Jamaicans' issue is not with the fact that corruption is there, is with the fact that it's not being spread equitably.
All right, put it this way, you're not there. People are not concerned where the money comes from, you know. It's what you do with the money.
Yeah.
Right? It's what you do with the money, right? So if you're corrupt and mean, it's a different thing than you're corrupt and generous.
You need to unpack that.
No. You see, guess what? But we have in Jamaica, and we must be clear. In Jamaica, we have Dons, for example. We have Dons.
Yes.
Don no mean, you know. And Don is corrupt. How you think everybody recognize him as a Don?
You tell me.
No, man. Look at things have to go on. Hey, look here. And Nancy, you know, is Jamaica's first national hero. And Nancy was a scammer.
Dr. Ashley, let me hold you on that. We are going to our final break. You're watching The Conversation. When we return, we will be looking at the municipal corporations. You're watching The Conversation. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Conversation, where we're speaking with political analyst Dr. Paul Ashley. So continue to tell us about our first national hero, and then we can move into the municipal corporations. I'm going to tell you about,
you ever hear them call a man called Sir Henry Morgan?
Yes.
Who was Sir Henry Morgan?
You're going to tell us.
No, you know it. Governor of Jamaica. He was the governor of Jamaica?
Yes.
He did be a support royal.
Yes.
He was a pirate.
Go on.
Henry Morgan was a pirate, right? And was governor of Jamaica. Might be we have more pirates in the government, but Henry Morgan.
Repeat, you're saying that we have more pirates in the government?
Maybe we might have more pirates in the government. Henry Morgan, governor of Jamaica, was a pirate. Learn that. Hear me. In the days, early post-colonial days, when people had paid commissions, you have to pay commissions for this and commissions for that. Nowadays, when we have it, they call it corruption. Let off something, percentage, etc. Show your appreciation. We have euphemisms for all of that, you know. So I can tell you a whole heap of different things in it. But hear me. Nearly everything that government controls, there is a price to be paid outside of the cost.
So corruption...
Or put it this way, corruption is built in the cost.
That's I was about to ask. So pretty much then you are arguing that corruption has always been endemic to our system of governance?
The thing is that where we have a problem is that now the man them get brazen. The corruption brazen bad is not reasonable anymore. It is brazen bad. If you ever hear some of the anecdotal stories about what is demanded before you get a contract or what is demanded when you get a contract is serious. And the work not really so right, etc. You see, guess what? I don't think most Jamaicans would have a problem if corruption takes place, but the work is good. And you get value for money. I mean, you know, the work really there. I mean, you don't expect that the man going, is that a charity?
But it sounds like corruption. It's impossible to have value for money if you have corruption. That's what it sounds. You tell me.
No, you care, man. You see aircraft industry and the arms industry. Corruption is a built-in percentage of the cost, you know. It is built-in commission or whatever you want to call it. It is built-in.
So you're saying that the government as well as the common man need to make allowances for that?
It is already made. When man pricing everything, you believe that the pricing that you're getting, if you build in a house, you believe that the pricing you get is really all just what it costs. No, man. In fact, hear me. We had people providing security that for certain buildings that never have a formal security complex. We had people who had political connections that could arrange certain things. We had certain known political henchmen getting big contracts for airports and airport improvement or road improvement and all like that. Hear me. There's anecdotal evidence that a certain past politician addressing a political meeting said to his tribalists, remember, the cost is 1/3. Your profit is 1/3. And 1/3 is who you get the contract from. Right? So you have to contribute to the welfare of the political party who gave you the contract in the first place. The political parties have no legitimate source of income, you know. If you ever consider it.
Well, donor funds.
Oi. Who you think I give you the $1 million?
You tell me.
Oi.
Well,
the man who giving you the $1 million is an investment. It's not a donation, an innocent donation. People don't take up $1 million give you or $2 million give you so for what? Because I'm like how you look.
Well.
No, you have to have returns. He might have telling you thank you for what you have done, and I hope you continue to do it. Right? Or if you never do it, I did it. Hey, look here. Even when you go to church, you know, the pastor know who giving the big collection, you know. If you think the pastor don't know who giving the big collection, you have a mistake. In fact, some of the pastors all thank the people.
Oh.
Right? Hear me. People know who sending them picnic to school. Most families need help in sending their picnic to school, in setting up business, in buying motor car. Where do you think that help is coming from? Where the person who helping you getting the money from to help you, to help Tom, Dick, and Mary?
Well, you started by answering that question. You're saying that most Jamaicans, they don't care for where the money is coming from. They just want to know how far it can go.
You know how much money it takes to run a funeral? You see the funeral time I go on everybody a profile. You know how much money? It's millions we are talking about, you know. Funeral are cheap. In fact, people say it's better for dead, it's cheaper for dead than go to a doctor now because it's kind of competing. Right? Because every month some bills are lick you like hell. Right? That is one time, but who you think? You need help. Jamaicans need help. Right? It is rough, you know. It is rough.
All right, so let's jump over to the corporations. I'm looking at the KSAMC, Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, and that seems to be the prize of everyone, because especially with the fact that you have 2 councillors have crossed the fort in the person of Karen Douglas.
That's not why it's a prize.
Why is it the prize?
No, why it is the prize.
Well, first of all, you're saying that it is the prize, but why is it the prize?
I can't tell you, it's a nice prize. You see how many buildings going up around in Kingston and St. Andrew? Which is a local government municipality that deal with that.
KSMC.
You see any other place have the so-called high-rise developments that Kingston and St. Andrew have?
So you're saying that the first national hero is coming back there, that's why it's the prize?
No, maybe it's Henry Morgan. No,
okay.
Hey, look, you know, we had governments in Jamaica, you know, that schools went missing, yet still we had the bill for it. 2 schools went missing, and Jamaican taxpayers pay for it.
2 schools?
2 schools went missing.
Continue to tell us why KSMC is the prize.
They had the bills for the school, you know. They had the bills for the school.
But the schools are missing.
Nobody could find out where the schools were. And nobody went to jail for it. Learn that.
So,
wait, no?
Yeah, go on.
We have heard 61 instances There's a famous saying in Jamaica when they're talking about politics and corruption. And a politician said that X who got the contract, I won't call his name now, I'm dead and gone, is my friend. And my friend get the contract. And him say yes. And him say, my friend, give me something. Him say, when he's a friend, not a friend, because I'm going to politics. My friend give me something because I gave him the contract. That is corruption. But when he's a friend, not a friend.
So continue to tell us. You're telling us why KSMC is the price.
Look at the housing. You know? Look at the markets. The biggest market district we have around town. All right. You think market, you have to pay whatever, you know. You have to pay something with the markets, you know. Look at the roads. Look at the tax office. You see how much line up their taxes to pay money. KCC is the prize. Yeah. It's the second one on the rise is Mobi. So watch it. Mobi heavy. Mobi having some serious developments down there.
So since the two crossovers that we just mentioned, since that has occurred, you think that People's National Party will be able to claim back in light of what they have lost? Because we're looking at Trafalgar Division, we're looking at the Papine Division with Carrie Douglas and Venetia Phillips.
Look here, man. I'll tell you something. Election day is not philosophy, it's mobilization. You have to mobilize, right? Mobilization requires money. You know? Mobilization requires money. All right. Most of the people who vote, the majority of the people who vote, need some money. People can chat and criticize and write paper and give interviews and talk philosophy and talk corruption and write about this. They probably don't vote, or them have one vote. Every vote count. Whether you're corrupt, thief, or anything, why is your name on the voters list, and you're not in prison, you can't vote. Oi. You need money. You see, election day, if you want to be very purist, election day is a national money laundering day.
So
millions of dollars will be exchanged in the local government election. And multi-millions, if not billions, will be exchanged over the time for the general. You have to, mobilization means money.
Do you think that the People's National Party has the wherewithal to mobilize their people on that day? Especially in light of the fact that we have been having declining voter turnout.
No. I think that the JLP, it is rumored, have a substantial war chest. Is whether they mean or they not mean. But people are doing it, you have to call it appearance fees.
Appearance fees.
Yeah, you have to drop money. I mean, votes are for sale. There's no argument about it. Votes are for sale. And the people are not partial.
So tell me about the Portmore Municipal Council now. This is the only council in which you are able to directly elect the mayor.
It don't matter.
And that's Leon Thompson is the PNP's flag bearer. And then we have Markland Action Edwards.
Hear me. If you notice the ads, the ads don't say the councillors their name, you know. If you watch ads on TV, it says vote JLP, vote PNP. Them don't care if the PNP man named Brown or him named John or whatever. Them voting for party. It's straight party votes licking, you know.
So
and the problem is that because the local takes so long and so near to the general, this is party. So the Prime Minister, it sweet me when I hear the Prime Minister go to the Minister of Information Division and turn on some water and say, this is not an election thing. Your member of parliament, which is my Minister of Information, has been lobbying for this for a long while. Guess who you see stand up next to the member of parliament? Not the councillor, caretaker, or whatever, for local government. So everybody is the ministers them now. Some of them using the 150 million allocation for patch roads. They make sure that they are around. Is the ministers them campaigning with the local government people?
So then this is really a temperature check then for whomever wants to be allowed to test to see whether or not it makes sense to call an election or how prepared we are to go into the general election.
It makes sense to call an election. An election will be called. This now is an election here. Hear me. If the PMP wins this election, there will be maximum pressure for the government to call the general. Everything is politics.
Do you think that they have the wherewithal to win it?
Who?
Though? The People's National Party?
No.
So you're calling it on this day that the People's National Party is not in a position to win the local government election?
Well, hear me. Mobilization depends on the money. I don't know the extent of the coffers of either party. It seems to me that you can buy shirts and you can buy things and you can buy a crowd. Election day now is a different ball game. Getting to the polls is a different ball game.
It's under day.
Yeah, it's that red thing. It's money, etc. The JLP has an advantage. And guess what happened now? And I have to say this, even though this might be controversial. I have a feeling that if the PMP loses, there has to be a serious, what should I say, renovation
of the party.
And I'll go further. I believe that, and this is what I've said, I believe that if Mark Golding loses, he'll resign as leader.
All right. So
the PMP
who comes in after that?
I don't know. The PMP people decide. Look here. There's always
We're talking about Peter Bunting?
He's looking at a seat, so he'll be in the lower house. He's back in representational politics.
So he's the most likely candidate. Could it be then?
It could be Peter Bunting. It could be Peter Bunting.
What about the Rasta? Couldn't it be his time as well?
What?
Damian Crawford?
Look here. I can't tell you something. I don't know. Rasta, you use a bad word. Rasta not supposed to politics. No. Rasta not supposed to politics. Rasta don't deal with politics in our house. My big man have locks.
Right.
Not everybody has locks.
Rasta
not supposed to deal in politics. Right? So Rasta not in politics. Rasta not mix up in our politics. Man have locks. Him don't have no seat. Wait, him not sure of him seat either. No?
But he's also throwing his hat in, right?
Hey, when you throw your hat in the ring, it's just you just throw away your hat. Everybody throw them hat into the ring. It's not so politics. It's not a fair competition. No, sorry. Guess what happened? You see, political parties, to be head of a political party is not an easy task, It's not an easy task. And not only that, a political party requires tremendous amount of funding. You have to be able to convince people to invest in you. You have to be friends of people who have big money. It's not a joke business to be a leader, You can be a follower, you can get a little ministry, right? You can go on. You can hold and you can chat everything there. To be a leader for political party, first of all, nearly everybody think they can lead better than you, Right? And hear me, the leader have to be wary with who stand back at him. Because who stand back at you in a political party will cut your throat.
So 15 seconds now. Yeah. There are 37 independent candidates that are going.
No.
Do they have what it takes?
Nobody waste your time on that. Independent what? Independent going to do what?
So you don't think that they could hurt the PNP?
Independent win under what?
What about Lawton McKenzie?
No matter who.
So you're saying that they cannot mount a challenge against any one of the political parties? They can split the vote?
Look at them, man. You waste your time with independent what? It's a wasted vote for independent. A wasted vote. No matter. I want to say to people in Jamaica, if you're going to vote for independent, no matter vote.
Listen, we're hoping to... we definitely have lots more to discuss.
They might shut down your station after this.
No, man. Unfortunately, we're at the end of today's program. So there you have it. Quite the conversation with Dr. Paul Ashley, political analyst. We have looked at a number of things, and so we invite you to join us for the next conversation where you have an equally riveting discussion. For that and more, I'm Kwame Thomas. Have a good day.